Is October 11th.
Oh, we live.
We live. October 11th.
We all live.
On this Thursday afternoon. Game about to kick off. Starting a little late.
I think
Getting eaten up by the
Wentz already threw a 80-yard
mosquitoes.
touchdown, man.
Mosquitoes out full effect. But,
They're out, man.
But
Fucking a brother.
nothing compared to what's going on to our brothers and sisters over there in the Gulf Coast, Florida Panhandle. You're taking that brutal ass whooping from old Michael.
Yeah, we know what that's about.
It getting beat down almost as bad as those Redskins.
Yeah, it's a tough break, man. It's unfortunate because, that's how many people from the New Orleans area and South Louisiana in general go vacation there, every summer all the way from, Pensacola to Panama City Beach, man. I mean, those people have always been awesome, great memories from that area, man. And it's unfortunate, man. Those people have to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying 400,000 people are affected as far as the
yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
electric and stuff.
Rough.
And
Yeah, we know about that shit. That's fucked
It's
up.
never pleasant, man. That's the thing. I mean, the Gulf Coast is great for a lot of things, but that's the one thing, man, I wish we could not deal with is hurricanes, man. But it's gonna be a process, man. But hopefully, not too many fatalities and all that, and you can always rebuild. That's the thing.
so we basically just giving our prayers and wishes to the folks over there. I'm pretty sure they'll have some help groups, food drives or whatnot. So y'all folks know how that is and how that feels. So come together, participate, get some stuff together, and send it their way.
You can't help do so.
So next step is we're gonna go with LSU, the big game or the lack thereof, the big game.
I predicted that they were gonna lose, but I've been predicting that for a few weeks now. So I guess I was
just got right.
bound to be right at some point. Shit.
Yeah, so it did not work out for LSU at all. Especially, this execution of anything, drop passes. I mean, Joe Burrow was on his game pretty much, but it was just
he played a good game.
No pass rush, man. Florida had a really good pass rush from the blind side. I mean, that was a difference maker. That running back, there was a P. Ryan that actually can gain positive yards. We learned. Because that running back, he looked pretty good.
But can that P. Ryan be traded for Stephon Diggs, Kenny?
If there's somebody that's crazy enough to make that trade, yeah. But he was looking like Marshawn Lynch, man. I mean, that dude was running hard, man. Dude had a little beast mode in him right there. But their quarterback made just enough plays. I mean, I wasn't impressed with him as a prospect or anything like that, but he made just enough plays. But the defense, I mean, they had a good game plan on defense for the most part, getting pressure on the quarterback. And I mean, it came down to a close game. I mean, good, well-played game on both sides. I mean,
so they came in at 5. They're leaving at 13.
Lucky 13.
So coming back
tougher,
into again number 2 team in the country, which any SEC team is.
Oh, it's tough, yeah.
Ranked somewhat. So I mean,
Alabama,
Georgia. Yeah. From what I hear about Georgia, I mean, we know Georgia's RBU. I mean. I hear about the pass rush. They say the defense is pretty good, but they don't get a ton of sacks. They say it's a little misleading, the sack numbers, but they say it's pretty good defense. They always run the ball. They always can score points, but it's going to be a tough matchup for LSU. I know they're at home. I mean, I think the crowd needs to hype up for them. They need to definitely play this game like they won last week, and have that mindset. I mean, if they come in a little, off mentally, I mean, Georgia's going to run with that game, And if the crowd's not into it early, I think the crowd has to hype it up.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that Coach O had lost back-to-back games since he's taken over. So I think that's one of his stats. But
it's going to be pushed this weekend.
Shit.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely. I mean, Alabama and Georgia. I think LSU. I mean, I talked to a lot of fans. I think a little unrealistic, and I mean that's fine. I can be a little more impartial. I'm not a huge LSU fan, but you're not going to probably beat both of them. You're going to split probably this Georgia-Alabama thing, over the next few weeks.
Split? You mean lose both?
That could happen too. I mean, I think split's the best case scenario out of these next. The next two major opponents. I mean, I don't think you beat both of them. So I mean, I think you're looking at and I think LSU fans have to get it out of their minds and say, hey, look, they were very lucky to be in that conversation where they ended up. I mean, if they end up this year ranked in the top 20 and go to a decent bowl and win it, they should be happy. I think some of the fans got cocky. They thought, and hey, when your team's running a little bit, and you see yourself in the top 5, you start thinking, hey, this is possible. But I mean, I don't know. I've looked at that team. Burrow's good, but he's not.
They're going into week 4.
You don't have the firepower on offense.
If going into week 4, you would have told LSU fans, the real LSU fans, they're going to be number 5 in the country.
They should.
They would have laughed at you and be like, "Ain't no way."
They've been dancing in the streets.
So again, we are inactive. If you have any questions, opinions, or topics, go ahead and send them out there. We'll speak on them. If you just got statements, put statements out there.
Say fuck y'all. Fuck
If you
us.
read Justin, you can speak on LeBron. Mr. Mike got the Cubs. Cubs let down.
Yeah.
If you got any name ideas, we're all
name.
ears.
Yeah, we're trying to do a little difference with the name thing. We want to differentiate a little bit with the name thing. We got our brothers Paul and Pat, with the D by D, but we want to kind of, we want to be connected with them, but we're looking for some name ideas too.
Yeah, we're still gonna be produced D by D.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just looking for a little different name to differentiate. We love those guys, man. Support everything they do. They're awesome.
So did either one of y'all catch the fight Saturday night?
I saw it on Twitter.com.
We were sitting over here, man, after the game and watching some baseball, watching some college football, and we caught a little bit on that. But
shit kept going out, and they were like, "Fuck, you got like 30,000 people in this room. You better get that shit back on." They were watching on the Fire Stick, so
that's funny. Yeah,
they were doing the same thing you were trying to do.
Yeah, the Fire. I was trying to be a cheap
miserable.
ass. I'm not a big enough fan to where I'm gonna go spend $100 on it, and I couldn't make it out that night. Babysitter situation with 2 children. That's how it goes sometimes. But
so the fight, Conor McGregor,
got his ass handed to him, huh?
So I mean, I was pulling for Khabib.
Yeah, he did his thing. Pancho, I think you were right on that one, man.
Yeah, he's more
Pancho called it.
He's more technical.
Yeah.
He took him down to the ground and beat the piss out of him.
Yeah, Conor didn't belong in the fight. I mean, he
just wasn't prepared for it. You think?
No, he tries to go off of talent. I mean, there's even like Melvin. When Melvin I tell you, he trains 2 days out the week, if that. He goes off of pure talent.
Yeah,
and he dominated USC. At one point in time.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So what's up, Mr. Mike? So
Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs.
Man, I know.
Jenny's uncle.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I tell you, I'm about as big as a Cubs fan as you'll find, man. I mean, it's disappointing, man. Knowing the last few years, man, this time we're watching them play right now, and one and done in a wild card just sucks ass. I mean,
one and done in the playoff division.
Yeah.
Well, and the division.
Well, I mean, you had a chance. You had so many chances. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had 2 games at Wrigley Field, to do damage. You scored 2 runs between the 2 games.
You don't belong to be in it then.
I mean, and what's funny? I mean, it's crazy because you thought they were going to turn it on because they've been there the last few years. They've been this, super organization the last few years, World Series championship, winningest team in the league the last 4 years. You thought it would happen, but it just didn't, man. I think, I've seen people on the NOLA Cubs forum, awesome baseball forum, Schwarber or Happ. Maybe you can get some young pitching in exchange for them.
Chris Bryant turns down $200 million.
I think it's gonna be a little hardball. Remember what happened with Chris Bryant in 2015? Remember the whole ordeal about them making him wait to a certain point so they'll have that extra year of control. Remember how that whole thing? Everybody forgets about that, but the Cubs played that in their favor. So Bryant's gonna play a little hardball, rightfully so, in his. Get paid. I mean, if Bryce Harper's gonna get $350 million possibly, Chris Bryant should get close to 250, 275.
What's the age difference?
I would say Bryant's about. I would have to say maybe a year younger or something like that. They're very close. Remember, Harper was abnormally. He was playing at 19. No. Bryant's like 24, 25. Yeah, Bryant's only been in the league maybe 25. I mean, he's only been in the league since 15. He came up, played 2 years of minor league ball.
See how old Chris Bryant is.
Chris Bryant. Let's find out.
I would say
Chris
Harper.
Bryant
Well, Harper
is.
and him were boys growing up in Vegas. Remember, Harper's 7-8 years into the league, but he started at 19 years old. Bryant played at University of San Diego for a little while.
They said the dude's 25.
I would say
think he's
25,
fucking
26-ish,
25
maybe somewhere. I can't see no older than 26.
Mhm.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I can't think he's that. I mean, this is his contract where he's going to get paid.
The first thing comes up is Chris Bryant's wife.
Jessica Bryant, yeah. No, I mean that's her name. I know I should know that name well.
So let's head into the LSU. I mean,
we'll get some info on that later too. But fucking upset about the Cubs.
Yeah, let's go into the Saints game. Monday night.
Ooh, somebody was right.
How old is he? 25.
Another was wrong.
What is he?
Monday night
I'm
game.
talking about the Monday night game.
Oh.
Record breaking game. We was in the house.
I think we were both right to an extent, though. I mean, I give because Ingram did make an impact. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest game, but that's his first game back.
And how he made an impact?
Fucking screen pass. It really ignited
26
offense.
years old.
26. There we go.
All right. So
30-some yard screen pass, first drive, 2 touchdowns. I mean, the physicality. I don't know. I just felt like this team
completely different when he got in there.
Physicality was there. I mean, this team That's nasty. Look at the game. I mean, is it coincidental? I mean, yeah, the defense played great, but you were more rested. You ran the clock. Well, you can run Ingram like a bowling ball and just knock fuckers over.
What was Ingram's 2 touchdown scores? Where were they from?
Oh, I mean, I don't care. How many times in the NFL do you see ask Deshaun Watson and the Texans how hard it is to punch it in from the. No, I'm saying, but really, how many teams don't do that?
Ask the Falcons how hard it is to get in from
it's taken for granted.
5-yard line.
It's the hardest yards in football to get. It's taken for granted. People say, "Oh, it's 2-yard touchdown," but no. Ingram
making an impact to me is that was 105 yards, 110 yards.
Yeah, but I mean that's his first game of the year. Washington's a good run defense. I mean, I don't know where they're ranked necessarily, but you got Allen and what's the other guy from Alabama? Payne.
He stole their fucking soul in the first quarter.
Dude, Zach Brown at linebacker, Kerrigan at linebacker, Mason Foster. Yeah, I mean they have a good front seven though. That's a good front seven. But Ingram, yesterday Ingram wore those fuckers. Wore them out pretty good. I mean,
he's gashing them up in the first quarter.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to have better games.
He got a total of 40 yards on the ground?
50-something yards. 50-something yards.
54 yards on the ground.
But guess what? I mean, he had about 100 yards of total offense and 2 touchdowns.
16 touches.
30 of that was in
how
the
many
first
running backs?
quarter.
Yeah, how many running backs in the NFL had 100 total yards last week and 2 touchdowns?
Again, 16.
First game back against a good defense.
16 rushes. 54 yards.
But he's been 5 yards a carry plus the last 2 years. I mean, this is his first game of the season, dude. Give the guy a little chance. I mean,
but he
hasn't played football since August.
He was going to come in and dominate, which he did neither.
I mean, no, we say he was going to make an impact, and he did. 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns, not an impact.
Dude, that's Kamara's. Kamara does that same thing.
I don't know. You go find me last week or anybody. I challenge anybody out there. Go find a running back that had 100 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns.
Are we talking about?
I guarantee you they're few and far between.
That's last year.
No, last week. This past game. Go look at week, 5 of the NFL and tell me how many running backs had 100 total yards and 2 touchdowns. I guarantee it's a very short list. I'm saying Ingram's on that short list. He made a difference. Trust me. You're going right with Ingram. Ingram, to me, you felt it.
I'm not against Ingram. I'm not saying
he put up those numbers with Breeze putting up 400 yards.
Exactly. I mean, Breeze, you were right about Breeze. I mean, hey, look, dude, I think they wanted to. They did run. They did try to run the ball. It was more of a rest Kamara game. Let's get Ingram back in. But Breeze ripped them apart. I didn't realize their pass defense got that shitty. Breeze ripped those dudes into asshole. I mean, the coverages were really
everything
terrible.
Was set up by Ingram killing them in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, they were playing everything in the box. They were playing everything in the box. They were.
Obviously, he's not watching the game.
No, but they were playing in the box a lot.
I watched the game.
Look at all the blown coverages.
How are you killing somebody in the first quarter when you got 54 total yards rushing for the game?
No, but the screen pass,
he had like 28 yards in the
screen pass started it off. I mean, I don't know.
He had a 30-yard screen pass.
I mean,
in the first
here's
quarter.
my thing, and I love Traquan Smith, and he had a big game. To me, Traquan Smith was probably next to Mark Ingram and Drew Brees. Like, to me, it was Brees, it was Ingram, then it was Smith. The 3 most valuable guys in that offense in that game. And I'll tell you what Ingram did, too. Look at 2 plays with 2 significant pass blocks. I'll tell you, go back in the game where he drew the play where he drew the flag on the unsportsmanlike conduct, that was a hell of a block. Most guys in the NFL don't make that block. He's one of the elite pass blocking backs, and that goes a long way.
So Mr. Mike's asking about the comments from MJD on Breeze.
Maurice Jones-Drew?
Yeah.
What he said? Let us know.
He was hating on Breeze.
Hating on him? How?
Yeah. So let's give out the.
Yeah, tell him, how many yards did he have?
We're going to give out the quote on how. So Google MJD's quote on Breeze.
What he said? He better not say nothing about no Breeze.
What he said? He won more Super Bowls than he did, or what?
He was like, yeah, it was all over ESPN.
Dickhead. That's just.
I just don't want to misquote him.
You know what it is? It's somebody. Everybody, like, the guy's got a great moment. There's always somebody to hate on somebody. That's the problem with the world today, man. Like, why can't we just fucking go with something and it's a good, positive story? I mean, Drew Brees is the perfect fucking guy for the NFL. He's the perfect.
Wow. Maurice Jones-Drew said Drew Brees lacks the wow factor to be named among the great QBs.
What is he looking for? What does he look? Wow,
he's looking for drugs, is what he's looking for.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what MJD? I'm calling you out, you piece of shit. You were a pretty above average running back in your day, but you were a terrible sports announcer, and you never got close to a Super Bowl. So I would shut my mouth in that regard.
I'm fucking atting you later for that shit.
I can't run the football like you, but I think I know a lot more sports than you, Mr. Jones-Drew. You're a complete ass for making that statement.
Well, I mean, he's probably bumped his head up against people like a lot in his day.
Concussions are a problem. Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
You could either be killing people and killing yourself, or you could be making comments like this. I'd rather them make comments like this.
Wow factor. I want to know his list of quarterbacks on a wow factor. I mean, like, wow factor. Jeez.
Yeah. So
Aaron Rodgers does things that wow you. Drew Brees sits back in the pocket and throws
he picks apart defense
and throws that people.
That's like
think
saying Greg Maddux in
they can
baseball
make
never
it
really.
home.
That's like Maddux never really wowed anybody in baseball. He just won like 350 games and
Drew Brees
multiple
makes
Cy
throws
Young
that people
awards
at home
and
can make,
3,000
he says.
strikeouts. Like,
People,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's.
I'm trying to
I
give
don't
you the full
understand it.
comment.
Oh, my bad.
He makes throws that people think they can make at home. Drew Brees sits back there in the pocket. He looks up over his little shoulder pads and helmet, and he throws the ball to the open person. He don't really make no throws outside the pocket or do anything spectacular like that. So that's why he's not up there in the top 5. Sorry.
What kind of crack is Peyton Manning was like watching paint dry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Peyton Manning would take a sack. If you were at a clear path, he would just fall to the ground his last 5 years.
I thought that was called the Manning fall.
Yeah, exactly. The Manning fall. I mean, Brees. Dude, Brees just won a fucking spin move on 2 Falcons like a couple weeks ago. What wow factor does he need? I didn't see no quarterback pull no shit like that all year. I mean, what does he want him to do? Go head on with somebody like Deshaun Watson and get injured? I mean, like, he's a fucking moron.
He said, Mr. Mike said, Mr. Mike said he sits back. Well, Drew said he sits back. All he does is sit back and throw open to wide open receivers.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
how many throws are I mean, like, I don't think this guy watches football. Tell him to stay off of Twitter and actually watch some football, Maurice. I mean,
that is your real name.
Yeah, I know. I mean, MJD, dude, you're like, I mean, come on, dude.
MJD,
you're the second best running back ever out of Jacksonville. I mean, come on. Don't get mad at Drew Brees.
I mean,
he's not even better than Ray Rice, who's a twin.
I've seen Pat Mahomes throw to a wide open receiver and totally overthrow him.
I say we're hearing so much about Pat Mahomes right now, and guys like Goff and all these other players. Drew Brees, dude, 12 touchdowns, no interceptions. Was he completing like 78% of his passes? I mean, I don't understand. And not even as a homer, dude. I mean, I'm not going to say the Saints have the best of everything. I'm not. I'm never going to be that guy. But Drew Brees right now can make as much of an argument for MVP early on as anybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy. I don't think Drew's even gotten the respect that he deserves. That's the problem. I mean, for him to say that shit, I mean, look, dude, I'm a Saints fan. I'm going to say it right now. And I mean, other Saints fans are going to disagree with me. That's fine. Tom Brady's the best quarterback ever. That's my opinion. It'll never change. I don't want to play the what-if game.
And what makes that a factor?
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying I'm not.
Is it stats or is it
stats and wins? I understand the whole wins. Quarterback can't play defense, but I don't think the Patriots have had star-studded defenses.
The amount of comebacks in big games.
I mean, he's a guy I want in the fourth quarter more than anybody. And I love Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees is the second best quarterback of all time.
Like that comeback against the Falcons, like really cemented.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Brady's the best.
Scarlett just checked in.
Scarlett, where's she been?
Scarlett Johansson.
Jameson. We need to get feet up on here, man. Where's feet at right now?
Feet
Lemeron. We need feet Lemeron, man.
So
we haven't seen Ted in we talked to Ted, but we don't see Ted. He doesn't leave his couch.
Only DZ
for last 4 months.
Only DZ and Johansson could get Ted out.
So we checked into so Breed's final stats were 364.
Pretty fucking impressive. Yeah, pretty impressive.
So
but don't hate on Ingram, man.
I'm not hating on Ingram. He wasn't.
He played very. He did his job.
There's a reason why that team looked the way they did.
It was a difference.
They haven't looked like that all season.
Stat wise, but he was effective. He did what he had to do.
He lifted that whole team up.
Yeah, that team. I mean, dude, he's running over. Dude, that whole team. Here's my thing. Did you not notice?
Do you remember last year when Kamara was a rookie and we had AP, right?
AP was terrible.
But I pushed for AP and I said, sit the rookie. AP deserves touches. Terrible. So I'm not a Kamara homer guy. So I'm not for. I mean, I'm a Kamara guy, but I'm not for Kamara. And speaking about Kamara, dude, I mean,
I love Kamara. It's never a competition to me.
Hey,
with Kamara,
I think Kamara, he deserved the rest after carrying the load. Sorry, Adam, but he deserved that rest.
And I lost a fantasy game over Kamara.
So he deserved that rest.
He needed that rest.
So
he needed the rest.
Fat's at the arena right now, and I guess
preseason game. Yeah,
he's chiming. I guess he might.
Hell yeah, I'm ready for some Pels, brother. I'm ready, Pat. So, I can't wait next week.
Tell her watch the camera.
Lilybug, watch the camera, baby. Watch Wrigley.
So
we live.
He's saying he might. He said he believes he might be on the first game in a farewell AD tour.
I hope not, man.
I think now that he's signed with LeBron's agent, I mean, it's just a matter of time.
I think you make something happen. I mean, you go into next season. I mean, you get on the Pels for a second. You got a lot of cap space after this year. You're gonna have your first round pick for the first time in like 12 years. It feels like that. But I think the Pelicans, dude, I'll tell you one thing, man. I think fans here are going to really fall in love with Julius Randle. I think Alfred Payton's going to be in the best situation of his career. He's a guy that's got talent.
I heard he cut his hair so he can shoot.
Yeah,
now.
dude, his shooting percentage just went up 10%, dude, because he can actually see the goal.
Well, now it's like 41%.
Maybe so. But I tell you, but Anthony Davis and Drew, I mean, they got a real dude. They're good friends. I mean, you hear a lot about that. AD's made it public. He's not a big align with other people kind of guy.
So ESPN is pushing this big Jim. So ESPN's pushing a big Jimmer deal. What's up with Jimmer?
What's up,
Jimmer Fredette?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
They didn't push him off the fucking out of the basketball completely.
No, that's the Jimmer that's tearing.
He's the announcer.
No, he's
playing somewhere.
Yeah, he played in
China.
Yeah, it's like
shit.
Not just that, but I'm saying China. Even in his summer league.
Jimmer. Did we sign him
in the summer league? No,
okay.
But I mean, they saying like even Jalen Rose, they all saying that he belongs on the team. He's shooting 40-something% from the three, which is
but it's fucking China.
It's fucking
China. Nobody in China's over 6'4".
Even when he's in the summer league, when they had the NBA summer league, the NBA summer league.
Summer league. I
remember Steph Curry's brother like lit it up. Did he score like 25 points?
He's a legit player. Like,
he's not,
but I've seen guys that can't even make it in the league average like 28 points a game in summer league.
Adam Morrison.
Hey, I think he was rookie. Was he rookie of the year? I believe he was.
So back to the
damn, how the fuck did that happen?
So back to the Saints.
Stopped weed for a year.
So I mean, it was almost Drew Brees. I told you Drew Brees wasn't. This was a stick the knife to the throat, cut the throat deal. There was no.
I didn't expect the coverages to be that bad. I really didn't. I thought their coverage. I mean, Josh Norman. I'll tell you, Booger McFarland is wrong on probably about half the stuff he says. But I think
what's up with that cart?
But yeah, I don't know. He doesn't want to move or something. I don't know. He just fucking has like a fucking transport device. But like
that motherfucker.
But Booger was fucking right on that. Josh Norman has fallen off significantly.
But Josh and Thomas was fighting the whole time.
And Josh Norman shouldn't talk shit.
Is he one of those?
Dude, you're like the 80th best corner in football now. You know what I'm saying? Did the dog join?
We have a special guest.
Hey, Wrigley's here. Hey, look.
Our first special guest. We have another special guest coming on later, but
taking a minute on Ingram.
So we
said fuck Ingram.
Wrigley barked twice if he played well.
So
all right.
Basically, I mean, people were waiting for the Redskins just to come back. The Saints kind of they start that prevent shit
but I liked Dennis Allen a lot better this week.
They kind of just kept the foot on the neck. And
he did. It looked like fucking Bounty Gate out there, to be honest with you. I mean, they were lighting fuckers up.
They waited all season.
I mean, it got to the point where they were playing like
Mark Ingram did it. They started hitting motherfuckers on the sideline.
They was playing local.
They did get your roll on, and everybody got bucked up.
I know. How do you not? That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, you would have to been there to experience the whole atmosphere.
No, I wasn't there, man.
I
always catch my 1 or 2 games a year. I like to stay home and not drink $9 beers, but I love the experience. I'm not hating on the experience. It's a great experience. I do it once or twice a year. I love it. I mean, it's fucking. I mean, it was cool though. Because Pancho was on that before it got posted. You said, man, they're fucking getting down on the sidelines. Man, it looked like, I'll tell you, the looseness, and I mean, Mike, was on here. I saw, and a lot of people that know the Cubs. I mean, I always make Cubs comparisons, but it's a looseness with this team. It's a confidence. I mean, you see them, they're real relaxed. I mean, that's good. The Cubs have always been that way. It's a winning tradition.
Well, Ingram makes them a complete team. They're exactly the team that they wanted to be coming in out of the preseason.
I think what took place was Sean Payton knew the moment, knew the significance. He knew that this was Drew's game, and not just that. He wasn't going to allow the Saints to even question or the fans to question that there was even going to be remotely a comeback or even a close game. Like, so he just kept, like.
But the defense was rested, though, too. That was a big part of it. I mean, I'm not saying
because the offense was on the field.
The offense, that's what I'm saying. They were on the field a while. I mean, the defense was well rested.
They kept him solid down and distance.
So
that makes a fucking difference.
That whole early game.
So basically, that killer instinct, they just kept it. Dennis
Allen decided to show some nuts. Yeah, and he did. That was his best game all year by far. I mean, and that's what Marshawn Lattimore going out early in the ball game, and PJ. Justin Hardy had to step in, and it's like his second year playing corner, third year playing.
Yeah, Justin Hardy stepped up. So I mean, he did have a penalty or two on him, but he did step up. I mean,
so is he the new number 2?
Nah, Hardy's very raw. Hardy's a tremendous special teamer, but
he's a young guy.
Yeah, he's. I think it's his third or fourth year playing corner or something like that. They said he was a wide receiver in college. He hasn't played much corner, but he's a terrific special teamer. But man, he looked good at corner. I think he gave up one play, but that was kind of garbage time. But I mean, I P.J. Williams had his best game of the season. Crawley played well. I mean, the defense as a whole, dude. Marcus fucking Davenport. I don't think there's any question of why we gave up a first round. Did you see the cut up
of him? That fumble. When the Redskins were driving, and that pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah.
Like after that, it was.
I almost felt bad for Alex Smith, dude.
Yeah, he
got
was
fucking whacked.
Piss out of that.
So again, folks,
they put a hit on that motherfucker.
If go ahead and ask some questions or make some statements or some comments. Go out there and put them in the comment section.
It's the Flamingo Cat.
And we're speaking Saints right now. We'll speak. We spoke about LSU, and we spoke about the McGregor fight
going on.
So go ahead and post it on.
Yeah, where's Chris Knowles? I'm representing his beer right here, man.
So we're gonna go ahead and you got her number. So we do have a special guest coming on. She's a Twitter personality. Name is Kasey Royer.
Casey Kasem on Twitter.
Nice, good name.
So she's about to call in, and we're gonna speak some fantasy with her. She wants to speak with Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
So
yeah,
and get some history. And
we're gonna apologize. She needs to. Yeah, we're apologizing.
So
we're gonna talk bad about the Cowboys.
Not much of a Cowboy.
Yeah. No.
So I mean,
they have an interesting story. I'm sure. Oh, there she is, Texas.
There she is,
Texas
Tejas. Where's she from in Texas? What part?
Yeah.
Casey is in the house.
Hey, fellas.
What's up?
So how you doing? We're live actually on a D by D Sports podcast out of New Orleans. So we have some followers ourselves. So give us a little insight about yourself. You like via your Twitter handle and people how they can find you.
Dog.
Yeah, all right. You can find me on Twitter at DKCKSem. So it's DKACEYKASEM. And I do a lot of writing for Fighting Chance Fantasy, so you can also find me on there.
Okay, so we are talking NFL right now, so we up right up your alley. We're talking about the Saints football, so we know that you're a Cowboys fan. So
he loves the Cowboys. So you're from the Dallas area. You're close around there.
Yeah, I'm about 30 minutes north of Dallas.
So you must be a big Whataburger fan.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's what I say. Hey, and my cousin that lives in Austin, he told me, In-N-Out Burger made its way there, but he said, dude, everybody in Texas is still loyal to the Whataburger.
That's
shit. Every time
that's what I hear.
Texas,
dude, I see that W. My kids even know it, dude. We driving to Houston, man. They see the W.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, dude, it could be like little small towns like Winnie and all those little places, man. They'll make me pull off at 2 a.m. if they're awake, man. Hey, Dad, I want Whataburger, dude. I mean,
so Miss Casey, was you around for the '90s Cowboys? Or you more?
Yeah, I was, but I was like in elementary school, so it's not.
Yeah, same.
So you're not one of them old school my Cowboys or the best Cowboys or living off the reputation.
They were in the '90s, Purdue.
Yeah, they were dominating the '90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can face reality now and know that they fucking suck right now.
I don't know what it is. Is it Garrett or is it Dak or a combination or what?
Garrett.
Their defense ain't too bad. I mean, there's some players in their defense, man. Like
Garrett just has to suck the life out of you. Huh? Just with the.
And I don't think the receivers are that bad. I don't think the receivers are that bad.
Just seems so scared to have.
So what is your breakdown of the Cowboys? What did they need? Where did they start, and is it a whole restarting system?
Where do we even go? I mean, there's so much. Like you said, the defense is legit. I mean, they're good enough to stop them, hold them to 3 points or whatever. But God, their quarterback, so Dak.
And I like Dak coming out of college too.
I like Dak enough. Like he's got the potential, like we've seen it and stuff. But he needs to be coached, and the coaching staff just.
You worry about his downfield throw?
Something's missing, yeah. I mean,
yes, he's missing them like crazy. Like Cole Beasley's my size. You can't throw it way over his head, you know?
Right,
like,
right.
These guys can only do so
And-
much.
and you
They can't
can't-
jump that high.
No.
They're not all Rico gathers, you know?
Right,
so,
right. And
And you
Rico, local guy, man. Local New Orleans area
Uncle
guy.
Rico,
man.
we need to
Yeah.
throw him out there.
He's
So-
a local guy.
I mean, and you can't blame the offensive line because the Cowboys have one of the best offensive line, in
yeah,
NFL.
Yeah, that's
well, yeah, but like not so much right now. Like with like Travis Frederick being out,
yeah.
that's
That's
but
killing.
Dak has all
Yeah.
the time in the world to throw, and he still can't
And
get it done.
you got a top 5 running back in the country.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, he's.
yeah, top 5 asshole in the country.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit? I read a little bit on Twitter.
He looks like an Ewok.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
You actually met him at a convention. Huh?
Oh wait, that's her? I've heard about that. I've heard about that from several people.
Fucking got chewed out by fucking Zeke Elliott. No, it was after the fantasy football convention.
In Dallas,
we were
right?
it was in Fort Worth, but yeah, close to Dallas. And we were doing a live draft with the Eat Sleep Fantasy guys, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, I know you're a huge Cowboys fan. Zeke is actually here. He's over there." And I saw him standing at the bar ordering a drink, so I was like, "Well, shit, I don't have a drink. Let me go over there and fucking order one, and then maybe I can say, hey, what's up?"
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
walked over there, got a fucking drink, turned over there, and I was like, "Hey, Zeke," basically trying to shoot the shit with him. And him and his 2 little buddies were like, "You gotta get the fuck out of here!" Like they were
Oh,
like,
wow.
you
I-
gotta go.
I met a guy like that before.
I'm not trying to bang the dude or anything.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Shit, I can't, but that sucks. Man.
Yeah, I met a guy like that in
He
Houston.
has-
His name is Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
Well, Sammy, dude, you kind of you forced your way in there, man. With
Well, I
Sammy.
mean,
He's
that's what you do. You see your opportunity, you go for it.
Well, Sammy was trying to shop with
Manny Alexander.
Manny
back in the day,
Alexander.
Yeah, but I
At the
mean,
Versace
it-
store.
And Zeke was trying to have a drink.
He's
I mean,
looking at $800 belts, and Poncho just fucking forces his way and stop what you're doing at once. Fucking sign my shit.
all I did was
no, what she did sound a little bit cooler though. That
I
was more
did.
chilled out.
I mean,
Yeah,
Sammy
that
was in the
like-
store, walked up to Sammy, said, hey, Sammy, can you take a picture or autograph? He said, "Oh man, just leave me alone. And I'm like, "You really? I mean, I'm standing next to you. You won't sign it? Like you were right here.
Well,
Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
it wasn't like a line of people. It was just me.
It ended up being a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
takes like
people
2
that-
fucking seconds to do.
Right,
It's
right.
like,
About 30 seconds.
We're the people who are keeping you,
Yeah,
in business,
absolutely.
basically.
I'm like, I got a Cubs hat on.
Absolutely.
Cubs hat on. I got a Cubs shirt on.
Yeah, well,
Like,
Yeah.
and you're in Houston. I mean, come on, man.
And the whole-
Not everybody's gonna
I mean,
recognize you.
yeah, I mean, if a guy's having dinner with his
Right.
family, I'm not going to go interrupt that,
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like,
your
yeah.
boundaries and
Right,
shit. But if
exactly.
you're out in public and there's nobody around
yeah,
you, and
say, hey, dude, fucking say what's up.
but
Yeah, I
Zeke
mean, it's
Elliott
like
was at a convention. To
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where you,
oh,
yeah,
when he was
Like,
at that convention, his
dude.
line was so fucking long, and so many people waited for him, and he would only sign his gear, and he was late, and all this
Yeah.
other shit.
Yeah, because they get
yeah. He seems like an asshole.
yeah.
I mean,
Because I mean, I used to manage a sports store. So like, when you bring an athlete in, you pay them. They have so many signatures they require for them to sign. It's either 150 or 200. So you pay them accordingly. Now they getting paid to do that. They're not doing it on the strength of
They're working.
their love. So it's a job for them. It's
But
a
still,
source
like,
of income.
yeah,
So
being an
when they're
asshole,
done with
like-
that, and they randomly they don't want to go sign an autograph because they're not getting paid for it.
Right. Well, some
Which-
guys are like that. I mean, it sucks because I mean, I've met players and baseball players and football players. With my kids, whatever. Like, some of them are awesome people. Like, not everybody's a real
like-
cool person, but the way.
Oh yeah, there were a bunch of dope people at that conference.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean, some
even-
He
of
was just the only
for instance-
one that was a
It's-
dick.
See,
Exactly,
we was like what
exactly.
20 something when that happened, and I
Oh,
met
they come in. Some players
same
are like that.
same
Absolutely.
situation. I met Shaq when I was 14 or 15. I used to work in the Superdome selling merchandise. They was coming off an exhibition game. What was coming into an exhibition game was when he played for the Orlando Magic. It was him and 2 other players, Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott, and they was coming through the tunnel in street clothes before the game. And I said, "Hey, Shaq," and I'm 14 years old. I'm looking at his belly button. He walks up to me. I say, "Shaq, you can sign my program. This is nobody else is in the arena. It's just empty." He said $25 a letter. I said, "Seriously?" And I said, $25 a letter. I said, "Shaq, I'm 14 years old."
Yeah, right.
And he said, and so Dennis Scott at the time was named 3D. I said, 3D, you signed it? He said, "No problem." He signed it. Nick Anderson, he signed it. No problem. I said, "Shaq, you don't want to sign it?" He said, "No." He said, $25 a letter. I said, All right, and that was dude. Ever since
Zach
then,
never signed it.
never signed. He
it.
wouldn't even.
But Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott were cool. I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
dude. They literally from a foot away from me.
I think one of the coolest people I ever met, man, was Harry Carey, dude. I mean, with the Cubs, dude. I was a kid, man. He was like talking to the fans,
That's 'cause he was
signing
so
everybody's
drunk.
shit.
He
Oh yeah,
didn't
he
know
was
what
awesome.
was
But
going on.
I mean, he was like larger than life, dude. I mean, he could have been screw y'all. I got to go up to the booth and drink some beers. But dude, he was like so cordial with people, man. I mean, that dude was one of the nicest people I've ever met, and that was famous. I mean,
So
it sucks when people
So I
act
guess
that way.
the important question we have here is: are you ever going to draft Ezekiel Elliott again? Or he's like completely off your
The
list
curse
now?
of Zeke.
No, I actually have him in a couple of my leagues.
Well, yeah, the way Dak's throwing the ball,
It
why
was one
not?
of those
you know?
things, like, I can keep my personal feelings out of my
Right.
fantasy drafts. I'm
That's
trying
how
to win
you-
money
well,
and
That's
shit.
how you
so.
got to be. You got to.
yeah, it's kind of like me. I won't.
You got to.
I normally won't draft a Falcons player.
You got to, though. Who
You know,
is
it's
there?
just kind of hard to pull for them. You know, it's kind of like you draft an Eagles player. I don't know if that.
Yeah, oh my god. I mean, I will. I got like Alshon going tonight, but like, fuck, you know, like it hurts your heart.
Especially if they're going against the
what's,
Cowboys.
Yeah, what's going on in that? What's
Yeah.
the update in that game? What's happening in that game?
I don't know. The last time I checked, the Eagles were up like 13-3, but I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, we decided to go against.
Yeah,
the
we were
game
late.
tonight.
So
Yeah.
your grand question. So the grand question is what? So where do the Cowboys go from here? So is it obviously it's a Jerry Jones thing. I mean, it starts there, but that situation is never going to change. So is Jason Garrett? Is his seat? How hot is his seat?
Well, there's one way it could change.
How hot is Jason Garrett's seat?
Man, I don't know because he's such a yes man, and that's what
Yeah,
Jerry
exactly.
wants.
That's what he wants.
But-
Absolutely.
He's 9 years in, I think, right? Or
But
7.
how many yeses can make up for all the
Oh, I know.
you know, all the
Hey, and I-
all
and I-
the
Oh
subpar
yeah,
play.
and I gotta say this to Dallas fans, because I mean we grew up, well not grew up, but a few years ago we were criticizing Tony Romo, and I realized how good that dude is
God, I
now that
love
he's
him.
gone. Yeah, and dude, I'll tell you this, he is the best fucking announcer there. Period. To me, like
Or not.
I will listen to Tony Romo before I'll watch a bullshit game on CBS.
Because he's
that has
not
no
biased.
effect.
He never.
No, but dude, that son of a bitch can call a play. He's like, watch what's gonna happen here, Jim, and he's gonna fucking call that play right almost every time. Like he's insanely precise, and I mean, and he seems like a cool ass dude that just drink a beer with, and they say I heard he's like the complete opposite. Not to get off that subject too much, but I heard he's the complete opposite of like Zeke. They say he's a cool fucker. You meet him, he'll
So
talk with you, that sort of thing.
so
but great
Casey,
announcer.
why? I know it was Witten's time to go, but did Witten see something that was coming that Cowboys didn't see coming? Fans?
Tony probably told him like, that sucks.
Like,
He's like, hey, dude, he's gonna broadcast. Fucking yeah.
Yeah, you
like,
need-
it's
Well,
just-
Tony knew. Tony says it. You better listen because he
Yeah.
knows what's gonna happen.
I mean,
I'll tell you,
Yeah, he's
on
like, go get in
point.
the booth. It's cushy. You
Yeah.
get paid. You don't have
I
to
mean,
do
you
all
got
that shit no
you
more.
got
Yeah.
Dak coming. You
He's
got
like,
Dak
yeah.
and Dak's not the lack of throwing the ball to you. You're not going to get any ball, so you're just going to be
Yeah.
irrelevant,
And I
right?
love Dak coming out of college, man. I liked him coming out of Mississippi State,
Yeah.
but I don't know what's happened though.
He's
Like
getting
she said,
Garrett
maybe it's the coaching.
Yeah.
It has to be something. I mean, it's
It's got to be. It's the coaching staff needs a new quarterback, or the quarterback needs a new coaching staff, and I'd rather have a new coaching staff. Like,
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
work
What
with
he's
the
trying.
quarterback you
Yeah.
have.
So,
Yeah,
how long has Garrett been the
absolutely.
coach? Is it 7 or 9 years?
I don't remember. I remember
Yeah,
everybody
it's
wanted
been-
him.
yeah, it's like-
I know everybody
Yeah.
was like,
It's,
Parcells got to go.
yeah, it's been a while,
Right.
man.
but I know Garrett's been on the
He's
hot
got
seat a
one
couple.
of, he's one of the
Even,
longest tenured
even
guys
there was a
in the
question
league
back
right now.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
They were talking about picking up Sean Payton when Payton.
Well, that was a big story here. Yeah, everybody was worried about that.
They was worried about Sean Payton leaving
Well,
New
that's when
Orleans.
Romo and Tony Romo was still there. Everybody, they had a
Yeah, that
connection.
that was close.
Yeah.
So, but
Which would have been, I would have been fine with that.
Oh, yeah,
Like, I mean,
okay.
he's the reason Tony Romo was
I
Tony
don't-
Romo,
yeah.
So
Oh,
Yeah, but I
absolutely.
think Tony Romo choked too much to. He was a
Yeah.
choke artist.
No, but I'll tell you, he was a good quarterback though. He really was. good.
I had one
I
job
think-
to do was hold the ball.
No, but I mean, I think
Like, you-
I don't
you
think that
received
team
it,
around him was.
You catch the
outstanding.
ball,
I think they
you
had
put the
him
ball
and Witten,
down,
like
and
we
you let the
talked
guy
about.
kick it. Like that's all you had to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but it's a mistake. It happens, man, in sports. But he was a good quarterback, though. He was a solid quarterback. I mean, trust me, right
No,
now,
I
if you ask the
like
Dallas
them.
Cowboys if they could have Tony Romo numbers.
yeah,
and,
I mean, for real, we had such shit play
yeah.
before him, with like Quincy Carter and all the baseball players and everything else they were trying to.
Yeah,
bring
well,
in
Drew
there,
Henson. I mean, God, yeah, Drew Henson, Quincy Carter. Oh, I forgot because remember Drew Henson was supposed to be like the guy in baseball and football, and I don't think he got anywhere remotely
I think
decent. at
Morris
either one.
Claiborne never did pan out to where.
Well, now he's good. He's playing with the Jets now, isn't he? He's playing pretty decent now. Isn't Claiborne over
Yeah,
there?
Claiborne was LSU guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. Well, he was a high-ass draft pick, but like she said, the quarterbacks before Romo, I mean, it was like, between Aikman and Romo was god-awful, man.
Yeah,
It was like,
It was horrible. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm starting to like revert back to that
and we know,
feeling that I had during that time period.
so we know that as Saints fans. Trust me, we had, if there was a shit quarterback that like failed in another organization, we always tried to be the reclamation.
Joe Hobart, huh?
Yeah, Billy Joe Hobart, Jim Everett, Jesus Christ. I mean, Aaron Brooks, like fucking one good year and the rest of it was a disaster. I mean, we had like the retreads of quarterbacks. We always had them,
So, what do you got?
I heard you're new to Dynasty, huh? This is your first year playing Dynasty?
Yeah, first year playing Dynasty, I decided to take the plunge one
It's
night
fun,
when I
man.
was
It's
drinking
fun.
a little too much.
You were drinking a little bit too much.
seems
I was
like-
like, all right, I'll do it now because I've been getting pressured, forever
That's
to
right.
join one. So I was like, all right, fine.
So what do you find is the big difference between dynasty and redraft?
Well, shit. All right.
You're not gonna be, you're not a Jerry Jones owner, are you?
No. I feel like with Dynasty, like I'm only in one league, and I'm in a league with like a bunch of people that have never played before.
Ooh, yeah.
So I thought that was going to be a good idea, but I don't know if I like it all that. I mean, it's all right, but
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing with that is like the dynasty aspect with the whole like trading and having draft picks and stuff is a lot different than redraft. And when I did my redraft drafts, like my brain was kind of still doing a dynasty kind of thing. So I'm like trying to get guys who I
Right. So you start thinking ahead, like, this guy 2 years from now
It's
could
hard
be
to
awesome.
flip that
Yeah.
switch when you're in different drafts.
Especially like,
2 or 3 years, that dude's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Corbin
yeah.
Sutton's gonna be great.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
like,
It changes. Yeah. But
and especially like for instance, like this past draft was a heavy draft for offensive players. This next upcoming draft, they're not there. So the value of your draft picks somewhat go down. Just being the fact of if you go research this upcoming draft prospects, there's two quarterbacks in a 20 to 30 range that's going to go. There's 1 or 2 running backs in between 18 and 20 that's going to go, and everything else is defensive minded and O-line.
Oh, yeah.
So your draft picks this year,
Yeah, but you're going to find somebody, man.
but you got 10
yeah,
people
but I
trying to
think I
find.
have, like maybe 2 picks next year. I've traded them.
Trade them off.
Fuck
Trade
those
them
That
off.
seems to be, as long as you got your first and like a third, you're cool. Yeah.
Kittle.
Yeah, this past draft it was. I
I'm
mean,
just trying to keep my
you
first
couldn't go
and
wrong.
yeah,
I
other
mean,
than that, you got
from
the rest of the draft.
Saquon to Baker to.
I mean, dude,
The only
look at
people that fucked up were the people that drafted
yeah,
Penny.
yeah. Well, you might want to tell her. And no offense to our boy Mike, because we've been friends for a long time, but you got to tell her what the fuck Mike did, because this would hit home with her as a Dallas fan. We have a guy that had the number 1 pick in the draft, basically, and he ended up in a roundabout way with like a 3-team
It's a
trade,
4-team trade.
4-team trade. The biggest thing he got was a future first in Dez Bryant, and he gave up the rights to the first pick overall. So Saquon Barkley in our league is averaging like 23 points a game in PPR or something, and he's got Dez Bryant sitting on his bench
Yeah, how
all
much is
season.
Des averaging
Yeah,
a game?
exactly.
I'm gonna tell you what's really funny. He was really confident in his running backs. He had Jordan Howard,
J.J. and Dalvin
Ajayi.
Cook. But I
Dalvin
don't care who you got.
and
You
Matthew
make room for Barkley. You trade one of those guys for something else if you want, but you make room for Barkley.
I mean,
like,
you don't give up a top 5
No.
overall fantasy option.
it's funny because the dynasty thing, we can give you the best advice. It seems like some of our guys don't value the picks. Like, I mean, the first round pick to me is very valuable. Like you said, outside of that, fuck it, trade it. But like we've seen some guys change their teams around in the 2nd and 3rd year because of those picks.
Yeah, like I said, this upcoming draft,
No, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
there's nothing that there's no wow factor. There's no
I'll take
standout
y'all's fucking
quarterbacks.
picks, man.
But you ain't got nothing to trade for.
I got a deep team.
Hey,
I've got a deep team.
I'll give
Your deep team. I mean,
I'm having a little. Sonny Michelle's untouchable for me right now. I
So-
gotta keep Sonny.
so what is your biggest surprise with the fantasy so far? The dynasty. Have you? Is it something that you still getting a hold of? You still trying to grasp the? Because you are an owner. I mean, again, you have to be in a league
Be more
with people
attached to
who
the players,
value
for sure.
the mentality of being a GM, being it's your team. It's something that
You don't get to start over next
yeah, you don't want someone in the league who's going to be, that's kind of a sore loser and just drop out, because they invested probably their future picks. So we limit 1 year out picks. You can't.
Yeah, we don't try to trade too far ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, you only get trade. If this draft pick is 2019, you only get trade up to 2020.
But like she said, I think it's important to play with people that know. Like, I mean, it's you always have that one team or two, but as long as you got like at least 10 guys, if you play in 12-team league like we are, you gotta have the majority of guys know what the hell they're doing and are committed to it. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
just want to start a league where everybody's gonna.
We've been lucky. We've been fortunate, and we've had to change owners. But like I said, for the most part, our majority is good. I mean, 'cause if you got some guys that aren't playing ball, that.
It just sucks the life out of the whole league.
Yeah.
So the one question.
I want to trade like crazy, or not like crazy, but I like see things that I think would be advantageous for both of us, or whatever, help me out a little bit. But I can't get anybody to bite on most stuff that I try, and that's fine. Whatever.
I mean, you got some people who are like one-sided and they're kind of heavy on this stuff, and they like to hype up their players that are not players, like they're players. So you got to watch out for them fellas, because they'll try to sell you like.
Car sales.
Yeah, they'll try to sell you like a Buck Allen or somebody like that.
But some, I mean, there's gonna be those asinine trade offers.
Yeah, well, he gets picked up.
And like our league. So our league was put together by John over at Dynasty Trade Calculator. So John Moser, he like put it together, and he gave us like free Dynasty Trade Calculator for a little bit and some other stuff. And some of those guys take that stuff like too hard and stuff. So they're like, oh, I didn't add up in the trade calculator, this, that, and the other. And it's like, all right, dude.
I mean, to me, if you're a sports fan, you're a sports fan. You don't need a damn calculator to tell you how to dictate your team.
It probably helps, but like you said, the dynasty is a transition for a lot of people, though. It is.
Yeah, it's a big transition. Like I did a trade earlier and got Sammy Watkins and got my ass killed on Twitter.
Oh, this guy is Sammy's agent, I think.
You see my Abby, so
I think he's Sammy's
agent,
Duke Johnson too.
Yeah, he's a Duke Johnson, Sammy Watkins.
I have him on my teams and all.
1,200 yards right now.
Yeah, stay away from Sammy Watkins, please.
He's having okay. He's averaging like 11 a game. He's okay right now. He's
I guess
Brandon Cooks, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, 11 a game after he left the game like in the first 5
Hey,
minutes.
Cooks is still averaging over 20, man. He's still averaging over 20.
Well, I mean,
so
Watkins and Cooks is two different players.
Oh yeah, I had to hear that argument though for a couple of years.
So what do you think about the ongoing Twitter battle between Jerry and Dez?
Man, they love each other.
Yeah, I know. That's what I say. That's a weird relationship with
Dez is like, I'm your number one guy. Jerry's like, I have never had a number one.
Beyonce and Jay-Z concert together. Let's go do this and that. But Jerry's telling local radio stations that we haven't had a number one receiver in forever. And
I know, that's crazy.
We haven't.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not lying.
That's what I say. He treated that dude like a son back when he first got him. Though, like he was
been kind of trash for a couple.
Oh no, Dez had a fall off, but Dez had some good seasons.
I mean, he still put up 900.
Yeah,
eight.
No, he was over 1,000 yards about 3 or 4 years in a row or something.
Leaps above.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're putting out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, they got fucking Allen Hearns. I mean, like I said, I don't think the receivers are terrible, but they're not great either. Like, I mean, Terrence Williams.
Allen Hearns is out there saying all kinds of stuff.
Throw me the ball.
So.
Yeah.
He's
dude, what the fuck? Terrence Williams, man, that video was the best thing I've ever seen. Like, that dude, I almost want to go buy his jersey after that video. I'm like, that dude, that was hilarious. I mean, I don't love him as a player too much, but that video was fucking something awesome.
So where's your keys at? Keys in my car.
I was hilarious, man.
I mean, I guess he has a job as a stand-up comedian because football's not going to work out for him.
I know, right? He should just go follow. Somebody should follow that fucker around with a camera and just see what he does on the weekends. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
just like a day in the life of Terrence Williams, and it's just going to be him wasted trying to drive scooters and fucking whatever else.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
People for driving his car into fucking telephone poles and shit.
I think we got that with the Kardashians.
That was fucking good. That was fucking awesome, man.
And Jerry was
I was laughing my ass off.
He got hurt too.
I'd love to see his reaction.
So, are you an NBA fan by any means?
I mean, I was a lot growing up, not so much. I mean, obviously everybody was an NBA fan when the Mavericks won it all and shit. But I mean, I try to get out to a couple games a year and stuff, but I'm not like hardcore into it like I was football and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, we see you been getting on a lot of different podcasts lately. You've been really, generating some cool stuff lately. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, I like to just jump on, shoot the shit with you guys and everybody that wants me to come on, ask me if I want to come on. I'm like, yeah, sure, because, nobody around here wants to just talk football with me for, 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. So it's good to be able to actually have somebody I can, talk to.
It is cool.
I was on with the X's and Y's the other day. I met Liz Loza from Yahoo at the fantasy football convention, so we kind of hooked up there so that I could get on that podcast. And, I got a couple more coming up. I did something with the drafting with Giants because I'm in that league. So Andy had me come on his pod the other day. Just try to get out there and just talk and get my opinions out there and stuff. And people don't have to agree with it, but I like to just get on and get entertainment factor with people. It's pretty cool.
I heard some of the pods you got to be careful because they don't want you to curse.
Oh, see,
dude, yeah, so I was on one the other day, and I asked if I could cuss, and they were like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, shit, you can't really cuss. So he had to go back and, edit it. And he's like, you dropped more F-bombs than anybody I've ever heard.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I've told stories about...
He had to go in and bleep out so many fucking
Yeah, we're not
F-bombs.
syndicated yet, so...
Yeah, trust me, we're the opposite of that. Trust me. I'll probably incriminalize myself on stuff that I did when I was 18. We talked about stealing beer out of convenience stores. We've dropped more F-bombs than anything.
I heard that.
We've had bongs mysteriously pop up in the background. You know what I mean? We've had crazy
we got
shit
we got a flamingo in the background.
Yeah.
We see him. He's hanging out back there.
Just chilling in the pool. We've had bongs. We've had all kinds of shit just pop
Sometimes
up.
they got chicks in bathing suits in the
Yeah,
back.
we've had some crazy stuff pop up. We're like we're like a rated R podcast.
Yeah, so
that's what we're trying to
then
do.
we get Syriaco drunk.
Be ourselves.
Then we go to the local bar. We do our podcast there. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it should be, I think.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You can have a show sheet, but shoot the shit and just have fun with it, whatever, know. It's like,
Yes, I can. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Hanging
Something
out.
different.
I mean, to
from-
me, if you,
yeah.
if you could sit there and play popping Xanax or what is it, popping
Wait, what?
Percocets on music on over the radio with that Percocet song,
yeah.
Molly Percocet. I mean, if you can sit there and lose Xan, I mean, if you can broadcast that nation on the radio,
on FX.
I mean,
show,
we can't curse.
Dude, you could say anything on FX. I didn't realize on IFC they showed nudity. I'm learning all this shit on dude, I'm everything's out there now. I mean, embrace it.
Dude, remember back when we were growing up when Two Live Crew came on, they banned that shit. You couldn't. They banned it. They could be on any radio station at all. Two Live Crew.
Yeah, people are too fucking.
Now, Two Live Crew is it's priests and pastors compared to what's out now.
Absolutely, dude. And hey, it is what it is. We're gonna embrace it, man. Fuck it, we'll run with it.
Yeah. If y'all pay us enough, we'll add it. You better.
Yeah, right. I think that's what the thing is too, right? They're like, well, our bosses say we can't have cussing on here.
Right. No bosses
Exactly.
here. We're gonna
be your own boss. That's fine.
That's right. We're gonna keep that going, man. We're gonna keep the tradition of cursing.
Yeah, we just keep the kids drinking behind scenes. We don't show them on camera.
So you got some stuff you wanted to promote. I know you have a women's roundtable article coming out.
Yeah, so I got together with a bunch of chicks that are prominent in the fantasy football community and asked them a bunch. I got people on Twitter to ask some questions, and I added a couple in there. Just kind of going over being a female in, a male-dominated, if you want to call it that, fantasy world. So I got people like Brandon Marianne Lee's going to be a part of it. Liz Loza said she would. Any and every Jennifer that that does fantasy football, Katie Flower, who lives right down the street from me. So grabbed a bunch of chicks and said, you guys want to answer these questions? So there should be the first one coming out tonight. I'm going to do it in a couple of installments because I ended up with 14 or 15 different women who wanted to do it.
If I identify as a woman, can I join?
I mean, yeah.
You just try to close all those women. I know what that's about.
Well, I mean, from what I'm reading in the news, identifying as a woman is normal these days, I guess.
I'll tell you, we need to go to that fantasy football convention next year. One of our good friends who's from Texas, by the way, wanted us to go this year. Chris was a big proponent of that. We need to go next year.
We were
yeah, for sure. It was it was really fun this last year. The first year they did it, I didn't really like it too much, but they fixed a lot of the issues that they had with it the first year.
Cool.
So it was pretty dope.
Cool.
I posted a video of the contestants on Jeopardy, and
the football thing.
It was like the 200 to 1,000 question, 200, 400, 600, 800, and it was the three people on Jeopardy. They couldn't answer not one question about football.
It was fucking bad. It was horrible.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like yelling out the answers. I was like, what the fuck?
I know. That's right. Y'all can get at least one of y'all fuckers can get one of them. Yeah, I mean, like nobody even fucking tried. Like they weren't even fucking.
Yeah.
See, and like from what I understand, before you go on the show, they give you topics to study.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they know the fucking third largest city in Yugoslavia, but you can't fucking tell me what a fair catch is. You know?
Yeah.
Like they knew the square root of like 8,900,000 fucking something, but you don't know fucking what a fair catch is. Or yeah, exactly. I'm like, fuck, dude, fuck those guys. That's all I can say. I mean,
what kind of life?
Never getting on this pod. I tell you
fuck
that,
dude.
Go on to Jeopardy.
Yeah, fucking go on Jeopardy. Yeah.
So one more time, go ahead and plug your Twitter handle or your where people get in touch with you and follow you and check you out.
Yeah, for sure. You guys can check me out at @kasem. So it's KACEYKASEM, not KAS. It's KAC. My parents were special people who decided to make it hard on me. And then also, I write for Fighting Chance Fantasy, so you can go to fightingchancefantasy.com. I do a lot of like streaming articles, and I'll have that women's roundtable, and I've been doing a Dynasty Diaries type thing where I write about my experience first year in Dynasty.
Cool. That's awesome.
And I have 2 dogs, and I hear your dogs. So
Oh,
my dogs will
yeah.
probably start barking in a second.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's
Yeah,
So if you
her
have any
name's
questions-
Wrigley.
If you have any questions about Dynasty, we've been doing it. We're in our
third year, yeah. So
we can,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I've been hitting up a bunch of people whenever I get trade requests or whenever I think about doing a trade. So I'll hit you guys.
Yeah,
up
the
for
big
sure.
thing is finding people who are diehard or into the understanding what Dynasty is. Not
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
It's
they got
great
some
once
cats
you
that
get
are
the
1 year
people.
guys
Yeah.
that
It's all
are
about the people.
that will sell the house for 1 year and then
Yeah, I think next year I'll be in more. So kind of just want to dip my toes in it this
Oh
year.
yeah, I
but
think it's getting more and more
sure.
popular.
If anybody jumps out, we might have to hit you up.
Yeah, I know. Maybe so. That'd be
Sounds
awesome.
good.
all right, thanks for checking in.
Let's do this again.
We'll get back with you down the road a bit later in the season.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Thank
you
you. You
so
too.
much.
That's awesome.
All right. Later.
Yeah, that was awesome. Let me be right back. We gotta grill up my stuff.
Putting the grill on.
Oh no.
We're still live.
Still live.
We're still live, motherfucker.
So we were before Miss Kasem called in. We were talking about the Saints and
Oh, shit, huh?
we were mentioning the dominant game that the Saints and whole put out against the Redskins. That's one
We
beer.
live. That kind of shit happens.
So we were talking about the dominant game that the Saints turned in Monday night, going into a bye week. So
Fucking awesome game.
it kind of sucks that no Saints football this weekend.
We watch other people lose and watch for fantasy.
And then next week we head into to the great city of Baltimore to play the Ravens, which
that's what Maryland does: crab cakes and football, right?
and Baltimore is one of the top rushing defenses, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think Kamara's gonna have a fucking goal. Well, we got a lot of time to talk about that, but I think that's a beatable fucking team. It's gonna be road games are tough in the NFL, but I think we whip their ass.
I mean, if Joe Flacco goes off,
Yeah, Flacco ain't doing
he
shit.
looked good so far this year. But
Well,
it's
the
still
good thing
Joe
they don't-
fucking Flacco.
Good thing they don't have Bashard Perriman because
If they had Brashard Perriman, he would fucking
Hey.
just light up the cornerback too.
No, you know what's gonna be. The guys to. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The guys to watch in this game are gonna be like, they're gonna try to go John Brown over the top. I mean, Snead's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's gonna be interesting with Willie
Who's
Snead.
Lattimore gonna match
I
up
think
with?
Lattimore just shuts down Crabtree and takes him out the
You
equation.
think he just
I don't
takes
even
a-
put
he takes
Lattimore
one
on
side or
Crabtree.
what?
I don't think you're not gonna put Lattimore on Brown though. They're gonna try to keep Lattimore.
Do you just
I
put
think-
him on one side and let him, because they
To-
like a three-headed monster? I don't know if
I like Crawley with Snead because of the
Crabtree can't catch a cold right now, dude.
No, but I'm saying, but you shut. Well, I mean, you may put him on John Brown, but I mean, usually the speed receiver, you kind of double up top, have your safety help because John Brown's not making those tough catches in traffic usually. I mean, I've had my safety help on Brown. I'll go Crawley based on physicality on Snead, who can be very physical. We know that. Love Willie Snead as a player. Wish him well, but not this game. I mean, their tight ends are okay. They don't scare me. I'm not scared of their
He's
running
done pretty
game.
good as the number 3 for
Yeah.
for Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, he's shit. They're kind of spreading that ball. I mean, Brown's the playmaker right now, but you could go make the argument that they could hit any one of those three guys.
The running backs aren't scaring you at all.
Alex Collins and Javorius Allen don't scare me.
Buck,
No, not at all.
not when you.
I think we played better running backs this week with the Redskins. I think Thompson
So
and Peterson.
so basically, if you open up with Drew going up 14-3,
I think they can't come back.
They can't. They can't. They're not going to chase you back.
I don't
now.
think they're built for that. I mean, I think I got a lot of respect for their defense. They have a really good secondary with Weddle. Jimmy Smith's coming. I think he's back now, huh? At corner. They're pretty deep at corner. At Humphrey Cat's pretty good. The young guy. Front seven's really good. C.J. Mosley, one of the best linebackers in football. Terrell Suggs is like 40, but he's still fucking rocking his shit.
Anthony Kirk has an important question.
What's up with Tony Kirk, man?
He was asking about the Kamara outfit.
You know, man, I knew that was going to come at some point. Poncho had brought it up. I'm not mad at him. I mean, the Africa thing. I know that's the first thing. I'll tack that first.
It could be a list of other things.
His mother's from was it Liberia? Libya, one of those. Yeah, I mean, so I don't have a problem with the heritage thing. I mean, I'm America. I love American shit. I'm an American dude. I'm Native American.
I mean, and some people are saying it's in reference to a Kanye West appearance in the video.
I think media just goes and runs with this shit, man. I mean, it's funny because if he's wearing anything but a Kaepernick jersey, is he making? Is people showing him pictures of him?
I kind of took it. I kind of was maybe thinking about a secondhand story. Was he kind of
like mad about something? I don't.
Yeah,
think
was
so.
he?
He's eclectic, man.
Was he mad that he got fucking 6 touches?
But here's my thing: if people cross politics with sports and entertainment, they're gonna realize. I mean, let's be real. Like, does any Saints fan in South Louisiana think that Alvin Kamara agrees with their political views and that he listens to CMT music and fucking drinks Budweiser and eats pork rinds? No. I mean, he's not doing that. He's not going out hunting deer. You know what I'm saying? He's a different dude. He's going to be more of a chilled out guy. He ain't doing the same. Like, people got to get over the fact that these guys aren't who they – some people want these guys to be something.
They're not an extension of themselves.
No, they're not. I mean, dude, Clint Eastwood, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I know people that, were a big friend of mine was a big Obama supporter, didn't like Clint Eastwood because he ridiculed Obama. Well, guess what? Clint Eastwood's a fucking American legend. He still makes great movies. I'm not going to be upset with that if I thought a certain way about Obama. If I feel a certain way about Trump, I'm not going to get mad if a certain player hates or likes Trump. Like Kanye West.
Today, they had the meeting between Kanye and Kid Rock with Trump.
I mean, and that's fine. And I mean, to me, my thing is there's not got to be so much. Everybody doesn't always have to pick a side. That's my thing. I mean, I don't always agree with, I've been vocal. I mean, I'm not scared to say it. I'm not the biggest fan of Trump. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be hating on every fucking – I mean, if a guy – I don't care who my athlete – Drew Brees, I don't care about his political – he's a good guy. I don't care about his political affiliation. I don't care what anybody thinks politically. I don't. I mean, it's just I'm not going to be mad at somebody over it. I'm not going to care if he wore a fucking Kaepernick jersey. I'm not caring if he wore a, jersey of, Pat Tillman. It to me, either way, it's whatever you wear is what you wear. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I mean, I'm not mad at the guy for that. I think Saints fans that, like, I saw people on NOLA.com, a lot of people, it was probably 60% approval on NOLA.com, 40% negative on Kamara. From what I read, it was mainly one guy kept posting the same shit, and his name involved Trump on his. Have you looked at the thread? You know what I'm talking about. But I think it's silly, man. Like, these guys, let them be who they are, man. Like people are like, oh fuck, he wore Nikes. I'm never gonna fucking buy a ticket to his game again. That's just stupid. Y'all need to grow the fuck up. Yeah, y'all need to grow the fuck up on that. And I mean, I'm cool. Like, it's worth a debate. Like, hey, But, like, the fact, I blame NOLA.com a little bit for fucking putting us out there the way they did. You know what I mean? Because, it's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he wore I Love Trump shirt, he's going to get the same shit in return. I mean, the politics and sports should not mesh.
Did you see the meme of Kanye West, juxtaposed with Uncle Ruckus with the eye and the same outfit?
He's Uncle Ruckus, man.
He's Uncle Ruckus.
But but I just don't like. I think people like. It's funny, like 20 years ago, man, like, and now everybody takes something so personal, man. If somebody kneels, if somebody says something positive about the anthem or God, you know what I mean? Like, people react one way or another, man. Like, I respect everybody's religious views. I respect everybody's political views. Everybody can just be cool about it, you know? All right,
but do you go political, but are you following what's happening, like, on the West Coast?
With what?
With all of these Trump haters, dude, they in traffic. Dude, they in the middle of traffic, jumping on people's cars. They try to direct in traffic. If you don't go the way they want you to go, they kicking and punching your car.
I mean, that's not good. That's not extreme. Dude,
they're
extreme.
attacking.
I don't like the.
Like, if you walk around like in the wrong color, like they attacking you.
Absolutely. I mean, No, I don't think it's a good thing at all. I think it's terrible. I think that needs to be fucking toned down. I mean, violence is never the fucking answer. I mean,
But
that's disappointing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whether if you don't like the guy.
Oh shit! Guess who checked in?
Who's that?
Dick.
Who's Dick?
Richard.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Richard. You remember Richard?
Wait, Bin Laden?
Bin Laden.
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
Bin Laden house.
That's right, man. What happened to Frank the Tank, man?
Richard. Saints don't
Frank
play this
the
weekend.
Tank.
They off.
Off this weekend, man.
Yeah, LSU plays this weekend.
Yeah, LSU plays a tough game, and I mean, NFC South got some games. I mean, Tampa's back off the bye week. Carolina's playing, huh?
I heard they had some fight.
What's that?
No, we already talked about the fight.
Oh yeah, no, it is. I mean, Tony brings up a good point because I mean, it's going to get talked about a lot, and I think it gets too much time. I mean, I like the fact that Tony brought it up, and I mean, it's just. I think, man, everybody just.
I think he should be
cool.
allowed to express himself however
Yeah,
the hell
man.
he wants to.
Yeah, I mean,
people need to stop getting their fucking panties all twisted up and fucking just let the man be.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like people, I think if people really knew, like if people, and that's my thing. I don't let it bother me, but I think if a lot of people really knew the political views of a lot of people that they watch in entertainment, they'd be really upset. Most of them.
So what? Okay,
You know, if they're that sensitive, I think they'd really be surprised because not everybody, most people in entertainment and sports aren't going to vote for Donald Trump or not going to be, you know what I mean? So, and a lot of football guys are going to support Colin Kaepernick.
So
not all of them, but
Ben Laden says, I wish people stop fighting.
yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, this country is so fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be like if I say I don't like
everybody-
Trump, I mean, you don't have to come at me and hate me on it. You know, if you don't like Obama, I'm
there's
not
like
gonna
a
be mad
couple.
at
There's
you.
like this chick. She's a business owner. She's because Kid Rock had lunch with Trump today.
Right,
Like she's like Kid Rock's the worst trailer park trash there is,
It
and
gets
Well,
too.
he
That's what I'm
kinda
saying.
is, but-
No, but it gets too over because I mean, look, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like Kid Rock's music anymore. I think
Well,
he fell
hasn't
off.
been good since the
But
first album.
I mean, the first album or two, I really was a big fan of Kid Rock. I thought he was a great. I think he.
obviously you never seen him live.
No, he's a great live show. Great live show. I mean, I had a good concert. I've been there at Marconi Meadows at City Park here in NOLA. I mean, I've seen him, but no, I like Kid Rock. I mean, I'm not gonna. Like I said, political view is not going to play a role with me. I mean, it's just. I mean, like I said, I mean, most people would be really upset. Like when I hear people say, "Oh, Meryl Streep, God, I can't
Alright,
watch
so
her movies anymore."
We'll
Come
get
on,
off of that.
that's stupid.
So a lot of people are pushing for the renaming of Lee Circle,
Debris Circle.
the Debris Circle.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Damn, everybody wins. There's no losers in that.
Everybody. I think we all can agree on that. You know what I'm saying? We all can agree on
So
that.
you signed a petition on Debris
I'm
Circle.
gonna sign that motherfucker. I will, man. I will. Drew Brees is a stand-up guy, man. There needs to be more people like him. They do.
So
He's a stand-up fucking guy.
again,
I'm
it
sure he
is
never probably-
October 11th, 2018, live from Kennebra on the
Kenna
D by D
City,
Sports
bro.
And
Podcast.
we're working on that name, y'all, too. We want to kind of have our little differentiating name there, too.
Well, we had some
Yeah.
ideas. What? Let's throw them out there and see what the audience.
My wife
thinks.
seemed to like Back That Pod Up. She was
No,
cool.
no, no.
Or Back That Take Up.
Back That Take
Take
Up.
Up was cool. We
When you
had
start coming
studio-
with that shitty take,
studio-
you gotta back that
Back
fucking
to-
take
yeah,
up.
Studio 504.
That could be a take. I mean, a segment.
That could be a segment. That's what I originally said too. You right, me and you were kind of right on point with
Partners in
that.
crime.
Partners in crime. I love that shit too. I mean, we had fucking the Cajun Persuasion. I was cool with that. I mean, I think I was the biggest 3 Live Crew. We had a lot of good ones, man. I think we need to fucking
With
come up
Cajun
with one.
Caucasians.
With the Cajun Persuasion, man. But I mean, we had some different shit coming out there, man. I think we're gonna, because I like Pat and Paul to have their thing, and we want to be affiliated with those guys. But I think we need to do like a different name just to kind of limit, because some people are confused about which one does what, you know. And I want to support our boys, man, for sure. You know. What
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
got to.
And they
Actually,
support us,
Paul's got
too.
a show. I think Friday night. I want to say
Where?
the Harlem Wolf.
Really?
Oh, the Highland
Oh
Wolf.
fuck! Well, let's
Shit,
fucking do
Yeah,
that.
it's
man.
let's do it.
It's a 10-year
You can't
reunion.
go anywhere right now. You homebound.
Yeah, it's a 10-year
Vanilla
reunion
Ice
of.
and BL.
It's called Sound Clash.
Nice,
It's a
nice.
bunch of artists got together and they're gonna do something. And
That's awesome. man.
next week,
People getting together.
yeah,
doing
next
something good.
Friday.
I like
Then
that.
the next Friday he's gonna be in Lafayette doing a show in Lafayette.
Nice Cajun country, man. Great boudin.
So yeah,
Best
so
sausages.
Paul HIGGNZ Higgins
Check it
got
out.
a YouTube. Actually, we got Pat's starting to put some of our videos on YouTube.
Hell yeah, man.
So
That's what's
the
up.
D by D podcast.
Like and share.
That's right. That's right.
DbyDentertainment.com is the website.
That's right.
So go ahead and check us out. Guess we're gonna go ahead and round up.
Round it up.
It's getting mosquito
Time
heavy
to
now.
watch some Eagles.
fucking us,
We
man.
don't
Watch-
even know
watch
what's
some
going on in
football.
that game.
And, you know, like we always say, fuck Pat Riley.
Fuck
you know?
him.
Fuck Pat Riley. Peace out.
Later, peeps. Oh shit. We ain't even